The tweet read, "Capitalism rewards psychotic behavior." This was coming from Pokimane.
Does she engage in psychotic behavior, though? She's just like annoying and not relatable, in my opinion.
The same system she criticized is the reason she became a multi-millionaire in the first place.
This is like the dumbest criticism I've ever heard in my fucking life. Yeah, she made money. It doesn't mean you can't criticize capitalism.
That's when she launched Myna cookies. Pricing alone raised eyebrows immediately. She referred to critics as broke boys and idiots. That moment changed everything.
No, dude. Your energy you're coming at this with is so intense. Maybe if she farted on the cookies, these people would be happy with them.
Sneeko went, calling her completely out of touch and disconnected from reality.
That's crazy, because Sneeko thinks little girls should get ripped. So why the fuck would I care about what Sneeko thinks? Guys, I want to own Pokimane. Let me reference Sneeko. You guys are freaks. One of the things that's so funny about this is, like, you cannot directly donate more than $5 at a time to Pokimane. So, like, she's reduced the amount of money you can really donate to her. She shows that she makes a lot of money. Like, she's not really inauthentic. She's not hiding it from you. As long as she's paying her taxes, I don't care how rich she is. Is this video a psyop to make me like Pokimane? Alright guys, I want to watch this. It's internet anarchist video, the endless hypocrisies. What does that word mean? The endless hypocrisy of Pokimane. I do be curious. I do be curious about this. I don't know. We haven't talked about Pokimane in a while. I wonder how she's a hypocrisy person. I don't know. Let's watch.
In such a self-centered capitalistic society.
So true, Queen. So true. Thank you for speaking to the people as one of the most people ever. You're so, we all resonate with you and your message.
And it sucks because it trains us to prioritize work and money above all else, even friendships, even being there for other people. And then again, it creates this culture where people are like, oh, I don't want to bother them. They're probably busy.
I mean, everything she's saying is correct. It's just that, like, I don't think that she's somebody that, I don't know, I don't want to hear the message from her.
Is Pokimane, one of the biggest
Pokimane
streamers in the world. If you somehow don't know her, she's a Twitch and YouTube powerhouse.
Chad, I feel so bad for Pokimane. She's so unrelatable. She wants to speak the truth, but she's so unrelatable, nobody cares.
Who's been around for almost as long as live streaming itself, with an estimated net worth north of $6 million.
Wow, $6 million? That's a lot of dollar. Dude, imagine making that much money, dude.
What you're about to look at isn't some random clip taken out of context or a single bad take that went viral. This is a pattern that's been playing out for years. A long trail of contradictions between the image she presents publicly and the reality behind the scenes. When you zoom out, it starts to say less about one streamer and more about something much bigger. How massive
my wiener. Just kidding, it's not.
Influencer wealth quietly reshapes behavior, incentives, and authenticity, even.
Sure, but also you have to keep in the factor that, like, these people got popular when they were young, and so, like, it's you kind of stop maturing or you slow down significantly when you get popular when you're young. You get like a level of arrested development.
For creators who built their brand on being relatable. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be covering the endless hypocrisies of Pokimane. To understand why people bought into Pokimane so hard,
sorry,
you have to rewind to the beginning. Long before brand deals, headlines, and leaked earnings spreadsheets, she built herself as the definition of approachable, the down-to-earth gamer girl.
Is that Pokimane? What the fuck? She looks literally so different. Like, she doesn't even look like a young Pokimane. Did she get a nose job? What the fuck? That's crazy. There's no way that's her.
Someone who felt normal in a space that, at the time,
that's
really
crazy.
Wasn't. Early Twitch was a
she has like pregnancy nose. Sorry, that wasn't meant to be rude, you know?
Very different ecosystem. The platform was dominated by hardcore gaming communities, StarCraft streams, esports grinders, and personality that leaned heavily into niche internet culture. There were far fewer women streaming back then, and even fewer who were able to break through into the mainstream.
So true, King. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy because, you know, back then, again, streaming was very male dominated, or the audience was, and it still is. It's changing a little bit. More women are watching streamers, but it's so interesting. We live in like this world where mostly men are engaging with content. And so if you want to be a popular woman, you kind of have to show off your, you know, assets. But then we criticize those women for following the trends to try to be successful in a similar space, when it's the guys consuming that are the problem. Because, like, the same type of dudes that watch, like, XQC are also, like, if they watch a girl, they want her to have boobs out. And then those same people are like, oh, why do they have their boobs out? I'm not, like, sorry to shit on XQC. It was just a general example. but it is kind of funny. You know, we shit on women for like providing, like we live in a capitalism society, which is, you know, I get it, which is chill. Maybe. I don't know. But then women are like, let me catch my bag. And it's like, no, fuck you. You know, and I'm not saying that you have to watch it. Like, I don't watch booby streamers because I might as well literally jerk off to actual porn. I don't need to be looking at softcore porn, especially since I like that freaky shit. So softcore porn to me is regular stuff. You know what I mean? You know? Plus, none of these streamers have unlocked the ultimate weapon of armpit. Anyway, who said that? The point that I'm making is why shit on these girls for trying to catch a bag, man? That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say, bro.
When Pokimane showed
show off Bob Vagine, I think.
Up, playing games casually, chatting with viewers, and presenting herself as friendly and relatable, it stood out immediately. For a lot of
she probably was relatable back then, you know, like back when she first started streaming.
People, she felt accessible in a way most streamers didn't.
Oh, are you okay?
I'm sick right now.
No, you're sick. I get sick too. I'm relatable.
God bless.
God bless.
What the fuck? Is this relatable? This is your example of relatability? What the hell's happening? Because she said, God bless. Yeah, it's relatable. I say that to people too. Like, okay. You sneezed, God bless.
Wow, thank you.
Now, let's be honest, a huge portion of that audience, both now and then...
That's not true. The Switch meta has been stretching all the time to show off the pits. Are you fucking serious, dude? Holy shit. Oh, it's a Nisa. Nisa, are you showing off your armpits?
Not good. Guys, what ancient texts are you referencing? Please, I'm so old.
Dwindling.
Saying him, I have no idea.
She's not showing off armpits. Where are the armpit girls? There's some armpit boys here. Let's get some sumo wrestlers there. That's interesting. Dude, I'm not seeing any softcore porn on here with armpits. You guys are fucking liars. See, look at these girls. You know? Like if you could look at this. Check this out. Check this out. Fuck. I'm breaking things. There we go. I'm playing my game right now, guys. Oh yeah. You like how I'm playing right now? You know? That's not bad. That's not too bad. I was gonna message Anissa in the chat to see if she would show us her armpit. But that might be sexual harassment. And I don't really want to do that.
was absolutely parasocial. Some viewers were clearly projecting fantasies onto her and reading way more into the interactions than was healthy. But that part almost doesn't matter. Whoa. What mattered was the image being presented. The persona was someone humble, grateful, and grounded. Someone who just happened to be blowing up online. Pokimane leaned into that image consistently. Over time, she also adopted progressive politics and anti-corporate messaging.
Well, Trump is a fucking loser, so good.
That resonated strongly with her younger audience. She talked about fairness, ethics, and responsibility in the influencer space. And to be fair, this wasn't an act that suddenly appeared later. Even early on, she framed herself as socially conscious and values-driven in that...
It's a little interesting that, like, the video is like, oh, she framed herself as socially conscious. I mean, it is possible that it's all a grift, but I think we should kind of like get our brain a little bit out of the fucking dumpster here. You know, it's possible that she is a progressive that also comes off as inauthentic, you know, which I don't think is odd. Trump is like such a very morally bad, wrong person. I think it's valid for most people to look at him and just be disgusted by his existence. So I don't know why it's like framed. It comes off as like, oh, it's just a virtue signal. No, man, Trump is fucking dog shit.
That sense, her views haven't really shifted. What changed was her position. One of the biggest trust-building elements from that era was how she reacted to money. Old streams show her visibly shocked when someone donated a large amount. She would double-check, ask if they were serious, and sometimes even tell people that they didn't need to do that.
Are you so serious?
You loyal.
What the fuck?
Hey guys, hope you.
She doesn't look like Pokimane here. Am I fucking crazy? Is it just me? She doesn't look like Pokimane. Maybe I'm just a fucking weirdo. She looks so different. It's so strange.
You had a good New Year's in Maine, and I hope 2017 will.
How much did they give her? $1,000? That's crazy.
Glad to be a part of the Poke Squad.
I'm so glad to be part of the Poke Squad.
Oh my god! What the heck?
Again, yes, a lot of those donors were likely emotionally attached viewers. That dynamic existed, but her reaction still came across as genuine. It looked like someone who wasn't used to that level of wealth and didn't take it for granted. Then there's the moment from December 2019 that really sums everything up. She's browsing Louis Vuitton, reacting live, when a viewer drops a $2,020 donation. At the time, people found it funny and endearing. The optics were perfect. A streamer shocked by a big donation while casually looking at luxury items. It felt ironic in a harmless way.
Oh, this is so cool that it moves. Their website is really good, I won't lie.
Because it's almost 2020.
You said it for me, dude!
Damn, that fucking simp money's crazy. Oh my god. Fucking $2,020? Fucking crazy. It's fucking wild.
Oh, I got a little bit of a oopsie. I got a little bit of a tear. Jeez Louise, what? That's a lot of money. Are you sure you want to give that much money?
Looking back, it hits
Didn't she cap her donations at like 2,000, like off 2,000 at like $5, so you can't even do this anymore?
differently. By that point, her financial reality was already far removed from the image. She had openly turned down a single sponsorship deal worth around $3 million.
Whoa.
Which quietly told everyone that money was no longer something
Well, what was the things she turned down? I feel like that's important, right? I'm a little bit curious. What did she turn to? Gambling?
she had to chase. Later on, the Twitch leak confirmed that she made around $1.5 million from Twitch alone between 2019 and 2021.
Whoa, that's crazy. Crayons.
That number didn't include donations, sponsorships, YouTube revenue, or business ventures. Just
Damn, man. Imagine being these people. Shit, I wouldn't want to be these people, but I do wish I could make that much money. I wish I could make that much money, you know, while being myself, which I don't even know if that's possible. I mean, you know, it's easy to be like, well, I'm just not going to make that money because I'm not going to sell out like them or something. But like, maybe I'm just not that type of entertaining, you know what I mean? Who knows, man? Maybe who knows? Maybe I do have to be ingenuine to make money, and I don't want to do that. I mean, a lot of these people are ingenuine to make money. Or maybe I'm just not that entertaining, you know? Sometimes I get so in my head that like I kind of realize I just have to stop caring. You know, you gotta emotionally burn yourself out sometimes because it's just not even worth overthinking some of this shit. You know, try to be content with what you have and just kind of chill on that, or else you're gonna fucking burn a hole through your fucking skull. You know?
platform payouts. By any reasonable standard, she was already deep into the top tier of internet wealth, and yet the persona barely shifted. The same wide-eyed reactions, the same framing herself as an average creator navigating success in real time, the same down-to-earth presentation that originally earned trust years earlier. That growing distance between perception and reality is the key point. Even back then, the money was flowing fast, while the image stayed frozen in a much earlier version of her career, and that gap is where every controversy that comes later really lives. In May of 2021, a tweet from Pokimane's alt account slipped through the cracks and ended up saying a lot more than it probably meant to. The tweet read, "Capitalism rewards psychotic behavior." This was coming from Pokimane, someone whose entire rise is a case study in consumer capitalism working perfectly. She didn't stumble into wealth by accident. Her career was built on subscriptions, donations, sponsorships, ad revenue.
What does she say exactly?
This
or psychotic behavior. Does she engage in psychotic behavior though? Like, what does you mean? Like, I don't know. I don't think that she engages in psychotic behavior. She's just annoying. She's just like truly just like annoying and not relatable in my opinion. But like, does she engage in psychotic behavior?
And platform algorithms designed to maximize profit. The same system she criticized is the reason she became a multi-millionaire in the first place.
This is like the dumbest criticism I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like, and listen, I'm not like a huge Pokimane fan. I could, you know, do without her. I don't care. I truly don't give a shit about her. But like, her criticizing capitalism because she can't criticize it because she benefits from it. It's so fucking brain dead. My bigger criticism is like she just is wholly unrelatable, and she just is somebody that like doesn't understand what she's saying. She's not wrong when she criticizes capitalism, but she has no meaningful life experience to make me give a singular fuck about what she has to say, which is totally fine. But she's not wrong. But you guys are just like, oh, well, she all made money, so it's like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, she made money. It doesn't mean you can't criticize capitalism. It's more about like I would rather hear like a fucking 50-year-old Hispanic guy that's working fucking 2.5 jobs tell me how capitalism is fucking annoying than a rich streamer who makes money because she fucking thirst traps by showing her hips from a top-down view. Like that's what it is for me, right? But you guys just like fucking hate her. You can just not give a fuck about her. You could just not care. Because I don't think that she engages in psychotic behavior, so she's not engaging in a hypocrisy by engaging in psychotic behavior. Like that just seems fucking ridiculous to me.
Which made the tweet feel deeply disconnected from reality. That disconnect became even harder to ignore after interviews surfaced where she openly admitted, or at least jokingly alluded to, spending up to $100,000 a year on Starbucks and Uber Eats alone.
That is crazy, but how is that psychotic behavior? She has the money to do it, so who cares?
Kind of crazy to you, but for me, like, there really isn't a massive difference between like even like 200K and 300K. Because at the end of the month, like you have enough to splurge on yourself with.
Oh, 200 or 300K a month.
You want to, you have enough to pay.
For Starbucks, yeah.
Dude,
that's $100,000 a year in itself.
That detail stuck with people.
I mean, I hear exactly what she's saying. Do you guys not understand? From what it sounds like she's saying is like, yeah, there's not a really big difference between making $200,000 or versus $300,000 a month. Right, that's a big difference a year. But like, yeah, that's like I don't know if you'd call it the fungibility of money, but that's like the diminishing returns on money. Like once you make a certain amount of money, it doesn't matter anymore. Like what do you think the difference between making $1,000 a month is versus $2,000? A lot. What do you think the difference is between making $200,000 versus $300,000? It's a lot of money, but like, what does it materialize as? What do you do with that money? There's nothing you can really do with that money that's meaningful, that's going to bring happiness to your life. Well, I could save it and invest it. You already have a ton of money that's going to be consistently coming in. That's what she's saying. Like, I don't understand what the issue is. And she didn't even say she spends that much on Starbucks. I understand exactly what she's saying. Unless she's speaking about it from a yearly perspective. What?
Because it highlighted just how far removed her lifestyle was from the average viewer she was supposedly speaking alongside.
Dude, she's like 100% correct. Am I missing something that what she was saying? She's like 1,000% correct. Is this video a psyop to make me like Pokimane? What the fuck?
Massive. I'm kind of crazy to you, but for me, like, there really isn't a massive difference between like even like 200K and 300K. Because at the end of the month, like you have enough to.
Yeah, she's talking about it per month. The fuck? What are we talking about here?
At an extreme level.
You guys just want to hate this girl. This is fucking weird as hell.
The public reaction was predictable. People started pointing out that she is functionally a walking advertisement. Her streams promote platforms, products, and brands by default. Even her existence online generates value for corporations.
Okay, but that's not really her criticism. Isn't that it exists, it's that it creates psychotic behavior. What psychotic behavior is she exhibiting?
Her wealth is not abstract. It comes directly from millions of viewers across the globe consuming her content, engaging with her image, and buying into the ecosystem surrounding her. I understand you can critique something you've benefited from, but you're practically the corporate favorite to place ads on, along with other—
That's not her criticism. Isn't like, hey, ads. It's, hey, psychotic behavior. What are you talking about?
The family-friendly streamers, or used to push merchandise. So you're not just benefiting, you're in bed with it. Funny you say that, after you have been using capitalism to your advantage.
This is just like wanting to fucking... These are people who make like a fucking $1,000 a month sitting here complaining. Like sucking the dicks of like corporate overlords. I don't know what we're talking about here.
Ever since you started streaming and making millions of dollars a year from sponsors and different brands and your merch and YouTube videos and all the subs and donations you get. But whatever. Despite this,
yeah, Daniel Money Go. That's who I want to fucking hear his opinion of. Like, what the fuck?
Pokimane would try refuting the claims that she spent $100K a year on Uber Eats and Starbucks. Replying to a now deleted
When did she say that?
tweet from Scarce, she said, "I definitely don't spend anywhere near 100K
Where did she ever claim that?
a year on Starbucks, nor do I earn 80K per stream, nor do I own a mansion or any property."
Sorry, what is she responding to?
She spent but whatever. Despite this, Pokimane would try refuting the claims that she spent $100K a year on Uber Eats and Starbucks.
Well, you never even substantiated her saying that. She said the difference between 200K versus 300K a month is like nothing to her because it doesn't matter.
Replying
And I get what she's saying because like what's the difference from a personal perspective?
to a now deleted tweet from Scarce, she said, "I definitely don't spend anywhere near 100K a year on Starbucks.
Okay, well I need to see what he said because he probably just made things up about her.
Do I earn 80K per stream, nor do I own a mansion or any property. News is really slow, but there's a lot of clickbait headlines, and I really don't appreciate you
News is slow is funny. It's true. Sometimes news is slow and you get fucking bored.
spreading misinformation like this. At the time though, the situation was easy to brush off. Another tweet, another discourse cycle. She clarified, people argued, and the internet moved on. No lasting damage and no serious consequence. But looking back, this moment quietly laid the groundwork for everything that followed. It established a familiar rhythm. Say something that signals progressive awareness, get praised by fans who already agree, get called out by critics who point out the hypocrisy, let the conversation burn itself out, and repeat.
What the fuck are you talking about, man? You're just like making shit up. Like, what the she went on a podcast and people misinterpreted what she said. The fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is this? This shit's so fucking weird, man. You guys are freaks. I don't know. You guys are obsessed. Frankly, you guys are obsessed with this fucking woman. I don't know. It's weird as hell. Like, you find her annoying and cringe, and like, which I do as well, but instead of just like ignoring her, you just like cry about her. Who gives a fuck?
Whether intentional or not, this pattern keeps attention on her without requiring content to—
Dude, every single time he shows us a picture or video of Pokimane, she just looks like a different person. I'm fucking convinced at this point that like that's not really like that he's doing AI to her or something.
to fundamentally change. And that's where things get interesting.
Not
if you
really.
actually watch her streams, there isn't much spectacle. A lot of it is just casual chatting, reacting to videos, eating food, or filling time with her audience.
Yeah, probably what's pretty much what all streaming is for these people. Yeah, or I guess even me, except I like come on and try to be intentional.
The core appeal isn't innovation or production value, it's the persona. The
Yeah, sure.
friendly, relatable gamer girl that viewers feel connected to. Moments like the Capitalism tweet add spice to that formula. They reinforce the idea that she's thoughtful, grounded, and on the side of everyday people.
Jesus, okay, dude, sure. It's like, it's weird because you can tell this guy's brain is fucking cooked. Because, like, one is her. So, to be clear, I understand that when you're like a big creator, especially, every time you speak, it's more meaningful. And so, there's going to be an aspect of this to like, hey, I'm going to say this because it doesn't make me look bad. Yeah, I mean, 100%. I guarantee you. But at the same time, she probably does mean it. Like, I don't think it's fake. I think it's one of those things where she has so much money and she doesn't feel the need to constantly have more of it. So she's like, yeah, capitalism is bad in many ways. Like, okay, sure. Yeah, I agree. Like, she's not wrong. Again, she's not like relatable to me, but I just don't engage with her because of that. That's it. Like, I'm a grown fucking man. This gives the same energy as like complaining about gay video games. Like, I just don't play them. Just fucking don't play them, bro.
Even when the reality doesn't line up. And while she may be the last person who needs to denounce capitalism, saying it anyway helps preserve the illusion that she's still just one of them. By November 2023, the gap between Pokimane's image and reality finally stopped being subtle. That's when she launched Myna cookies, a snack brand that was supposed to be the next evolution of her ethical, thoughtful creator persona. On
I think it was just supposed to be like cookies that were like health conscious. Who cares?
paper, it sounded harmless. A streamer launches
Was harmless.
cookies. Influencers do this kind of thing all the time. The problem was everything that came with it. The pricing alone raised eyebrows immediately.
Don't buy it.
Myna cookies were sold at $28 for a 4-pack. Each bag was
Don't buy it.
About 4 ounces, which works out to be roughly $7 per bag.
Don't buy it.
That already felt steep for cookies, but things escalated quickly once people started digging deeper. Internet users discovered that the cookies were nearly identical to Tootsie Midnight Mini Cookies, a product that had previously been sold at Costco for $9.99 per 14-ounce bag. When you break that down, the difference
Go to Costco
is hard to ignore. Myna cookies were effectively a rebranded version of an existing product sold at dramatically higher prices.
Who cares? I don't think that this is like I don't think that this is the capitalism hypocrisy that we're looking for. This isn't psychotic behavior. This is like, hey, I'm like a content creator. I'm going to sell cookies with my brand on it because people like me. Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's fine that she made cookie. I don't care. I don't give a singular fuck. Especially since, of course, they're going to be more expensive. Like, not just to pay for her, but also, you know, if it's a new cookie product, she can't buy in the type of bulk that these other businesses can. When you're selling to Costco at bulk prices, it means that you're a huge established brand that can sell to Costco at bulk prices. So, you know, let's say that she's like, oh, I want to get into the business, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, you're going to have to you're going to have to charge more at first because you're a new, riskier brand. And that's just the way it is. You know, the time will tell if it continues to be successful, if things change. But like, that's normal business stuff, you know? It's normal shit, man.
The markup landed somewhere around 247%. The only meaningful change was the addition of vitamin D3 and new packaging. That was it. Same
I gotta be careful getting too much. I think I saw somebody that was talking about how they had like a vitamin D3 like fucking abundance and it was making them sick. You know, that's how it could be with anything. Or maybe, no, it was B12 shots. Never mind, it was a B12 shot that she was talking about. You mostly, I think, piss stuff out, but like some of that shit can really fuck your body up if you do too much of shit.
Base ingredients, same concept, but vastly different cost. This is where the controversy could have stayed focused on pricing and transparency. Instead, it blew up because of how Pokimane responded.
People found out about this instantaneously, how it wasn't not transparent.
At first, she would respond to people saying it was just a rebrand, saying, "The batch we're currently shipping were made 3 weeks ago. The cookies they are being compared to were also made by our manufacturer, Creation Foods, which specializes in healthy food. The compared cookies had 1 test batch sold before they were retired. Months later, we partnered with Creation Foods and fell in love with the flavor profile of the Midnight Cookie. We then decided to work together to refine and improve the formula, and we're really happy with the final product." When fans started questioning why the cookies were so expensive, she didn't explain sourcing costs or defend quality.
Who fucking cares, dude? This is such... Who gives a fuck? It's just fucking cookies. Her explanation makes sense.
She mocked them. She referred to critics as broke boys and idiots, openly laughing at the idea that people might find her product unaffordable.
Who cares? Troll. She should troll. Troll, yeah, troll people. Troll people a little bit. What do you want me to tell you? Like, it makes sense that she would troll these people. Like, who the fuck cares? They're not serious. They don't actually like her. Like, that's what it is. They don't actually care about it. They just want to complain. Like, I don't give a fuck.
It's 4 bags.
Yeah, she should have farted on the cookies, but maybe people... Maybe if she farted on the cookies, these people would be happy with them.
That's $7 a bag. I know, math is hard. Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyway.
That moment changed everything.
No, it didn't. Nobody cares. Nobody serious gives a fuck. It's funny. She's making fun of you. Like, I don't care, dude. Like, it's every one of these people that are like, where'd jokes go? Where did the jokes go? Why don't we joke anymore? Complained that Pokimane fucking made a joke about people being broke that were criticizing her cookies that aren't even her audience. Nobody cares.
This was a multi-millionaire publicly ridiculing her own audience.
No, she's not ridiculing her own audience. Her own audience isn't criticizing the fucking cookie costs. She's criticizing people like you who are fucking melting down over it and making fun of you for being annoying. Just calling you broke instead of making like a big long argument about her shit, because sometimes it's not worth fucking sitting here and like pandering to make arguments against like weirdos, you know?
Many of whom are young and working class, for not being able to afford influencer cookies, the same audience that helped fund her lifestyle through subscriptions, donations, and views.
Like, how many videos you got on like fucking red pill shit? These guys literally say OnlyFans whores are bad, and they all own like an OnlyFans fucking whore company. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, but like, it's just like, you know, we can see examples of drastically worse behavior, and nobody cares about that. But you care about Pokimane because she's a girl? Like, what? I don't understand what it is. And she is kind of annoying. Like, she's not relatable and she's kind of cringe. Just stop, like, just don't engage with her. You know what I mean? Like, who gives a fuck?
The optics were impossible to defend. The marketing around the product only made it worse. Pokimane claimed she had spent 2 years perfecting the recipe. That statement
Whoa. I'm sure she had other people doing it for her.
Became hard to take seriously once the ingredient lists were compared side to side. The similarities were overwhelming to say the least. What was framed as a carefully
oh my goodness, this is the exact same thing, dude.
crafted passion project looked far more like a licensing deal with a fresh coat of influencer branding.
Probably.
Then there was shipping. Customers had to spend at least $56 just to qualify for free shipping.
Oh, fuck, dude. Fuck, I'm gonna come so hard. It's gonna be cum all over my balls.
That meant buying multiple packs of cookies at already inflated prices just to avoid additional fees.
Chad, how does this work? How does free shipping work? Fuck.
For many fans, the entire experience felt engineered to extract as much money as possible while pretending to be creator-friendly and community-focused. After the backlash grew
That's what I'm hearing. Who cares, dude? They're cookies. Dude, what the fuck?
too loud to ignore, Pokimane issued an apology. On the surface,
I'm so sorry.
it checked the usual boxes. She said she worded things poorly. She expressed
So sorry.
regret, and she acknowledged that she could have handled it better. While what I said was 100% intended to be a joke, I see why it came off as insensitive, and I apologize for that.
Oh yeah, she's right. She was making a joke about being a broke boy. It's not that fucking deep, bro.
I also understand the current price of the cookies may be expensive for some, and promise we'll continue to consider pricing to keep Myna as affordable as possible. I also want to clarify that this was said towards one rude chatter. I did not at all intend for it to be a general statement or towards my community. The sincerity of that apology didn't last very long. Not long after, during a Black Friday sale, she joked on stream about how the sale was not for broke boys. The same language, the same dismissive tone. Any illusion that the apology represented real reflection disappeared instantly.
Bro, who cares? So cringe. Yeah, later she made the same joke. Oh god, we're gonna die. We're all dying right now. Chat, are we dying immediately?
It became clear that the apology was about damage control, not accountability.
She wasn't trying to be held accountable. She was just like, yeah, it was a joke. Sorry that you guys, it came off the wrong way. Who cares?
How are the cookies going? Good. I don't know if you guys saw, but we're doing a promotion today. It is not a broke boys Black Friday sale. Okay. It is. If you buy a pack of 8 or 12, you get a free hat. It's a really cute hat. I have one.
Damn, dude.
But yeah, in case anyone was interested.
Well, that's it, guys. She's a fucking child predator. Like, what am I supposed to, like, what energy, your energy you're coming at this with is so intense. This is so fucking dumb. Who cares?
She really loves calling people broke. Honestly,
so what,
without her chat or anyone, she would be broke and struggling. She would
wow, so true, King. So true.
Not be where she is now if it wasn't for her chat. She's honestly a bad person. I don't care what
she's a fucking terrible person. She's fucking what should she do? Frieza?
Anyone says. There's one last detail that really ties this whole thing together, and it's where Myna Cookies is today, which is nowhere. Trying to go to the website leads to a 404
crazy, it didn't work out for her, crazy.
error, and apparently it's been permanently shut down. No announcement, no explanation, no follow-up stream, no tweet thanking supporters or addressing what went wrong.
Who gives a fuck? It's a fucking brand didn't work. Why does she have to fucking make a big thing out of it?
At some point after the backlash, Myna Cookies just stopped existing. The website
okay, they didn't do well. So she tried something and it didn't work.
It went down, social media went silent. The product vanished as if it was never supposed to be there in the first place. But
what the fuck? I just like, what are you doing? What are you talking about, bro? Who wrote the script? This is fucking such cuck behavior. Dude, she tried a cookie company and it didn't do well. Well, shit, you fucking owned me, dude. This is just what happens, dude. What the fuck?
this divide between creators and their audience isn't just a streaming problem, it's a business problem. The bigger you get, the harder it is to keep everything running smoothly.
Sure, yeah.
And that's where today's sponsor...
Oh, sponsor! That's me shitting myself.
...comes in. Big thanks to Odoo for sponsoring this segment.
There's no R in it, dude.
Odoo is an all-in...
What the fuck?
One management platform that brings everything together. Invoicing, accounting, project management, inventory, website creation, and more. All on a single platform. So instead of juggling 10 disconnected tools, everything talks to each other and your data stays in one place.
My data?
What makes it stand out is how intuitive it is. You don't need a tech team to set up, and it scales with you. Start with one app and
me when I use AI?
Add more as your business grows. It automates the repetitive stuff like follow-ups and workflows so you can focus on the actual work. And it's configured to your location, so taxes, currency...
Dude, does he have the Ants Are Marching One by One song going on with a saxophone?
And local regulations are handled automatically. Your first Odoo app is free for life, including hosting and support. And you can unlock the full suite...
What the fuck?
...for less than 20 euros a month. Click the link below to try out Odoo today. For a brand that was supposedly 2 years in the making, the silence is incredibly loud. This wasn't framed as an experiment or a limited run. It was marketed as a serious business venture, one that fans were encouraged to support at premium prices.
Okay, and then it failed.
By April 2025, the contrast had become almost impossible to ignore. Pokimane was in Paris, and this time she wasn't hiding anything. She posted her own footage, TikToks, stream clips, casual vlogs, the kind of content that's meant to feel fun and aspirational, but ends up telling a much bigger story if you just let it play out. The clip
Chad, are we having fun?
show her bouncing between luxury stores like Louis Vuitton, Dior, and Chanel. And not just browsing either. She's discussing Lady Dior bags, weighing color options, sitting in quiet lounges, while staff bring things out like it's routine.
Crazy. That's so crazy, dude. What is she doing wrong here? Buying things?
This wasn't a special occasion to splurge, it was just another trip.
Oh, well, there you go, guys.
And then, mid-trip, she goes live and starts talking about wealth disparity. On stream, Pokimane starts ranting about how bad wealth inequality is getting.
So true, Queen, so true.
She talks about how people hate the rich, how the gap keeps widening, how frustrating it all feels. It's the kind of speech you've heard 1,000 times online, but this time, it's happening while she's actively documenting luxury shopping sprees in Paris.
Yeah, because she's fucking yes. And it's disconnected from reality, but it's like not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations where we got like a whole fucking video, like 20 minutes of a video that's like shitting on her for existing, and it's like, hey, you know, it's kind of cringe. You know she's kind of cringe? Yeah, I fucking knew that, man. That's why I don't watch her. That's why I don't watch her stuff, dude. That's why I don't watch her stuff. I just disconnect. I don't think that she's a particularly bad person. I just think that she's very disconnected of a person. So that's what it is. Yes.
Then her friend Jason chimes in and points out the obvious. He reminds her that she's rich too. There's a pause, and then you can almost hear the gears turning. She immediately pivots. She says she didn't mean rich people like her, she meant the ultra-rich, the billionaires.
Men and women, we love each other. And we hate the rich. Anyways. Too much.
Aren't you the rich?
No! Like the ultra-rich, the ultra-giga-rich. The unnecessarily
You have to clarify.
Rich.
They're gonna clip that and it's gonna make you look bad.
Oh,
you gotta say the billionaires.
The billionaires.
Because you are rich.
The Bezos.
You can't be saying that.
I am. I'm rich in friendship.
Yes.
What?
The issue I have with that is that like she doesn't understand, or she's not like, listen, I have no problem. Like what she's saying is correct, generally speaking. Like I don't care about millionaires, I care about billionaires. But like you're saying something and you don't really understand why what you're saying is correct, and it would be nice because you should have an understanding of why. So what makes billionaires generally worse than millionaires is specifically because they don't pay themselves. They don't pay themselves. What they do is they increase the worth of their company, which increases the worth of their stocks, and then they go take out very low interest rate loans against that stock value to avoid paying taxes. And that's the problem, right? And so like that's my biggest criticism of people like this is like I want to hear that, explain that to your audience that doesn't get it. Because we all complain about billionaires because there is a lot of complaints to have, but nobody knows what makes billionaires particularly bad. And it's like, explain it for people. Like that's the whole point of having your, don't just be like billionaire bad. True. Why? That's my issue. Like, I would like a little bit of explanation. You know, that's what makes you disconnected, is you can't explain anything, and you are rich, which gives you a level of disconnect. So like, you're not going to have the same emotional interaction with this criticism. That's what I'd like to see. That's my bigger criticism, not just like, well, she's rich, why is she saying that? It's like, okay, give me an explanation. Like, understand why, because this is kind of the reason why, one of the reasons why like conservative ideas have popped up is because I think progressive ideas are just, they are correct. And everybody, like a lot more people believe them. So people didn't feel like they had to understand why they were correct. And so what ended up happening is people that were like on the right that had bad ideas, they actually started to try to come up with ideas or arguments to push those bad ideas and tactics to push those bad ideas, even if they're wrong. And so, you know, you have a bunch of people on the left who are like, oh, they mean well, but they don't necessarily have an education on why what they're saying is correct. And then boom, they get steamrolled. And so this is like kind of an instance of that. Just be a little bit more aware of what you're saying and understand why you're saying it. That's all I'm saying.
Makes this moment land harder is the context from just weeks earlier. On stream, Pokimane had openly said that Google's estimate of her $6 million net worth was wrong and too low. She didn't give an exact number, but she made it clear that it was significantly higher. She also acknowledged that she earns enough to fall into the 50% tax bracket in California.
The thing is, I'm taxed 50% every single year that I've lived here, so.
6 million? That's not enough.
That's incorrect.
That's low.
Is that recent?
This is 20. This is
okay. Low is crazy. Ago. 6 million is not.
I mean, that's low for you, is what I mean.
He said 6 million. That's low.
Twitch.
Why she put on a little bit of a black accent there? Fuck. What's up? What's that about? You know?
Contract. You think Twitch will hand me a contract?
They don't do it anymore. Damn. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
That's not a vague flex.
And you're not the correct type of minority, okay? You had to get a contract like that. All right? So I'm sorry. All right? I'm sorry. You know?
It's a very specific level of income. At that point, there's really nothing left to interpret.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that's what I'm saying, is that she's like, yeah, I paid a lot of taxes because I hit this tax bracket. As long as she's paying her taxes, I don't care how rich she is. Billionaires aren't. That's my issue with it.
Someone firmly planted in the top 1 to 2% global.
Bragging pisses me off. Listen, bro, I get it. When you're having a good month, you want to brag a little bit. I get it. Bites you in the ass every time you do it, but you know, I can't shit on her too much because sometimes I feel like I do a little humble bragging, and it's not a good idea. You know, it makes you get humbled by Jesus humbles you, brother. God's plan. You know what I mean?
Someone with the freedom to fly to Paris, shop at Dior, and casually document it for millions of people. And in the middle of that, she's talking about how bad wealth disparity is and how much we hate the rich. By January 2026, the capitalism rant wasn't a surprise anymore. It was a rerun. That month, Pokimane posted a video criticizing what she called capitalistic society. She talked about how people are trained from a young age to prioritize work and money over everything else.
Fortunately, we live in such a self-centered, capitalistic society. And it sucks because it trains us to prioritize work and money above all else, even friendships, even being there for other people. And then, again, it creates this culture where people are like, oh, I don't want to bother them. They're probably busy. Oh, I've heard so many people discuss this,
you think she snaps when she's listening to people say that? Yes, queen, yes. That's how she probably does that.
In order to have a village, you need to be a villager. I think that's really true. Like, if you want people to be there for you when you need it, you gotta be there for them when they need it. But it's also annoying to even have to, like, convince someone to be there for you so you can be there for them. It's like, it's a whole myriad of things.
Whoa.
On its own, that
what she's saying is not wrong. Like, she's correct. She's just not the messenger I really want to hear it from. She does, like, this is somebody who got, like, very popular and rich from, like, a young age, and so she's just not somebody that I resonate with, right? And I think that's what a lot of people, you know, and like what she's saying isn't wrong, but she doesn't have like a personal experience with it. But what she's saying is not wrong, especially nowadays where we live in a technological time, where we have so much technology that should be making our lives like easier, and it's not. It's making the lives of billionaires easier who avoid their taxes by taking out like small interest rate loans and inflating their net worth by doing like stock buybacks and inflating their company's worth, right? But it like, you know, but it's not really working for the rest of us. You're seeing people have their fewer and fewer jobs, which, you know, because of AI and different like automation that's primarily benefiting rich people, and then everybody's like struggling. They're developing different type of addictions because like they're coping with a bunch of shit, and like also the technology is very new, and there's like a whole addiction market there too. So like what she's saying is not wrong, dude. It's just like she don't resonate with her, and I wish people would be able to figure out the difference between what these two things mean. These two things mean something very different. There's a difference between her being like, she's not wrong. There's a difference between her being wrong versus her not being relatable to you. That's, who cares? You know what I mean? I feel like people give her too much like negative energy when she's just somebody that you would just not watch. You just like, ugh, eye roll, move on. You know what I mean? But I guess the fucking, there's so little to talk about, and we want to hyper focus on dumb shit that she says. She's just not relatable. It's not like, I feel like it's not worth like the whole criticism video on her. It's weird to me. It's strange.
That message is familiar.
I probably shouldn't just use the word weird, because a lot of people dog whistle weird as like some kind of weird predator shit, but I just think it's just like obsessed behavior. I get it. She's somebody that's easy to hate for like, an audience that probably would watch this type of a video. So it's like, yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that,
And honestly, pretty mainstream online. What made it explode was everything surrounding it. Visually, the clip was almost parody level. Sitting front and center on her microphone was a designer Labubu toy. Around her were luxury items clearly visible on camera. The background looked like a high-end home, the kind of space most people will never step foot in, let alone own. The aesthetic screamed wealth, while the message tried to distance itself from it. The internet did what it always does, and started connecting the dots. People began
connecting the dots. Great. Sounds like a conspiracy theory the way you lay it out.
Compiling lists, the mansion, the designer clothes, the Paris shopping sprees, the $28 cookies, the 5-figure shopping trips, the Starbucks and Uber Eats spending, the sponsorships, the brand deals, the constant monetization laid on top of a speech about how money shouldn't matter so much. This time, it stuck. Unlike earlier moments, people weren't reacting to a single tweet or an offhand comment. They were reacting to a pattern they already watched play out for years. The January 2026 clip brought it all together in one place. The words and the visuals were in direct conflict, and there was no easy way to spin it.
They're not really in direct conflict. I mean, I don't think that they are in direct conflict. I think it's like her having money and spending it isn't really her criticism. Her criticism is the way that our society is constructed on that. Like, that's the thing. It's almost like a self-report if you say stuff like that, because what you're saying is we can't have a society full of rich people that pay the fair share of taxes, which we can. It sounds like she does if she's in a 50% tax bracket. So it seems like she's doing the right thing. So unless she's not, if that would be what would get it for me. If it came out that like Pokimane wasn't really like, she was somehow taking her money and figuring out ways to not pay her taxes, then we would have a problem.
What really changed the tone was the response. In the past, criticism like this could be dismissed as bad faith or...
She was giving AI? Maybe, dude. Could you imagine that fucking internet anarchist was doing AI shit? Didn't he just have a controversy for like, I don't know, stealing from another person or like having a very similar script, which kind of makes sense in this type of a field, but...
Jealousy. This time, even neutral viewers could see it. You didn't need to hate her to notice the disconnect. You just had to look at the frame. This was the moment where a lot of people stopped calling these incidents mistakes, and negative tweets reacting to this would amount tens of thousands of likes and replies agreeing with the sentiment.
It's so funny because in the same way that she gets criticism, because, there's an entire influence economy or like influencer economy that centralizes around hating people like Pokimane, and those are the people that are like primarily signal boosting the information the most. So I don't know, they're just kind of like strange that like you're shitting on Pokimane for being inauthentic when you make money from criticizing her, which doesn't always mean it's inauthentic, but like you're kind of insinuating that to some degree. I don't know, it seems ridiculous to me. Like, she's just cringe. It's not a big deal.
Why is it always rich people talking about this kind of stuff? People are literally struggling to buy meals and pay their rent right now, and you're over here selling cookies for $28, complaining people aren't there for you. Girl, grow up.
That's not what she's saying. She's not saying people aren't there for her. She's saying that people are incentivized from, prioritizing their family because of work. because it can be very difficult and stressful, you know. And it's funny because that's such a pro male take. Like, men especially are expected to go work and like miss their fucking daughter's birth because they gotta get that thing in on there, because they gotta build up their career, blah 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 blah, and the considerations aren't made for them in the way that it should be. You know, that's like what I'm hearing, and what you're hearing is like, oh, that's what you're hearing. But like I'm here, like you know, like that's what we're hearing here. You know, that's what you gotta be. You gotta be aware of yourself on that one, man. You know, you guys will own yourselves. I think I got that in the wrong thing. Oh, fucking balls. You guys will like own yourselves just to fucking own her. Guys, men have it rough. What should we do about it? Let's complain all the time.
Lives in a mansion, wears designer clothes, calls her viewers broke boys, tried selling $28 bags of cookies, addressed them by saying, if you're a broke boy, just say so, bought a $12,000 engagement ring for herself to LARP, tries interacting with a working man with limited time once.
There's a problem with society.
Have you considered you might be the problem, or did the wall hit too hard? The reason this moment mattered is because it finally crystallized what people had been feeling for a long time. This wasn't about growth or self-awareness. It was about maintaining an image that no longer matched reality, even as the gap kept getting wider. At this point, the pattern is clear enough that you can almost set your watch to it. Every controversy follows the same cycle, and once you see it laid out, it becomes impossible to unsee. It always starts the same way. Step 1 is a progressive or anti-wealth statement. Capitalism is bad. The rich are the problem. Society prioritizes money too much. These talking points land perfectly with a young online audience that already feels squeezed and frustrated. Step 2 follows immediately. People point out the contradiction. They bring up the mansion, the designer shopping, the 7-figure earnings, and the luxury lifestyle that directly clashes with the message being preached. That's when step 3 kicks in. Deflection. Critics get dismissed as haters, jealous, or bad faith. Sometimes the argument quietly shifts. Sometimes the language tightens, which leads directly into the most reliable fallback defense she uses every time, the not that rich argument. Over and over, Pokimane reframes the conversation as
you should also like one example of this happening. I'm very confused where this is happening like every other day. You make it seem like this is something happening like 15 fucking times a day. I don't know. Like she's not wrong. I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too fucking woke. I don't know.
Millionaires versus billionaires. The implication that wealth only becomes morally relevant once you cross into the 9 or 10 figures.
Yeah, sure, because it's reductive. It's not about how much you make. It's about like what tactics you're able to use when you make a certain amount of money. I don't think Pokimane has the ability to dodge her taxes in the way that like billionaires do. But maybe she does, but I don't think so. Like, I don't think that like her brand is a publicly traded like commodity where she's able to go like, oh, I'm Pokimane, I have investors and I have stocks. So what I do is I don't actually pay myself. Pokimane, the brand gets paid, and then I don't pay myself money. I just increase the stock value of it, and then I take low interest rate loans out against it. Like that would be like I don't think she can do that. That was what makes it. That's what it is. But like you guys don't understand what you're saying. And then, you know, to their credit, Pokimane doesn't explain that either, because I don't think that she's aware of it. I think that she knows billionaires are bad, but she doesn't know why. Right, so that was what I was saying before, but...
Anyone below that line gets grouped in with regular people just doing fine. The problem is that this framing collapses under even basic scrutiny. To the overwhelming majority of people, someone worth anywhere from $6 to $20 million is extraordinarily wealthy. The average American earns roughly $1.7 million.
Again, it's not about the amount of money, it's about your ability to be able to dodge your taxes.
$1 over their entire lifetime before taxes. That means that her net worth represents 3 to 12 full lifetimes of work for a normal person. There is no meaningful way to describe that as anything other than rich. After the deflection works and
I mean, I don't interpret her as saying she's a normal person. Maybe there's like a tagline onto that. I interpret it as her saying that like she's not a problematic rich person, which I don't necessarily think that she is, at least not for the amount of money that she has. Does that make sense?
Tension fades away. Step 4 happens.
I'm looking forward to Internet Anarchists about Elon Musk. Yeah, let's see the Internet Anarchist video about Elon Musk. Can't wait for that one, man.
Quietly, she goes right back to the luxury lifestyle, designer hauls, expensive trips, brand deals, and monetized content. Nothing materially changes. And then, inevitably, step 5 arrives. The cycle repeats. Another statement, more backlash, and another reset. Other creators noticed this too, and their reactions only highlight
yes, he eats an XQC.
How divided the space is. XQC questioned the idea that being wealthy automatically makes someone bad, pushing back on the moral framing entirely.
But that's not what she said.
And you somehow get richer, you're automatically bad? You know what, chat? I think this is like some brain rot. I mean, no disrespect, it's all good.
Well, who would have thought XQC would have a bad take?
I'm not mad at Poki or anything.
Sneeko went in the opposite.
Oh, maybe he... Was this even like... What? Was he even criticizing her, or was he just saying words? Like, she didn't really say making more money makes you bad. I don't even know. There was not enough for me to hear there. Would AI clip that? I don't know, dude.
Direction, calling her completely out of touch and disconnected from reality.
That's crazy, because Sneeko thinks little girls should get raped, so why the fuck would I care about what Sneeko thinks? Hey guys, there's instances where 12-year-olds are old enough to get married to 25-year-olds. Wow, I need to listen to the guy who promotes pedophilia. But he uses religion as a fucking shield, so I guess it's okay. Why are you quoting these people? Like, what's wrong with you? This guy thinks that there's Satanists are running the fucking government, but refuses to criticize Trump for probably raping kids. This is why he's he won't release the Epstein client list. Like, why the fuck do you guys reference the Sneeko in a neutral tone? You guys are freaks. You guys are just like weird freaks. Like, what are you doing? Guys, I want to own Pokimane. Let me reference Sneeko. Let me reference Sneeko in this video as a positive, because Pokimane is cringe. Sneeko's mentality is predator enabling. The fuck do I care about what the fuck are we doing here? You know, you want to make some like really cringe. I think it's a fucking psyop to make fucking Pokimane look good because how bad this video is on her. Fine, but then you're gonna like reference people like Sneeko in a neutral light? Like, what the fuck? What are you, stupid? People are morons.
This is such a capitalistic society. Oh, bro, this is like 100K right here.
100K right here.
This is like 100 bands right here.
100 bands right here,
boy.
This is such
materialistic. We need to eat the rich.
100 bands, boy.
We need to eat the rich.
She didn't criticize materialism. She criticized like fucking billionaires not paying their taxes.
Meanwhile, Hasan defended her.
Whoa, not Hasan, the dog guy. Definitely worse than the pedophile guy. What the fuck?
Which critics quickly pointed out meant one multi-millionaire was defending another. The optics did not help.
Oh my god.
I think it's because of the closeness that most streamers have to being normal people.
Bro, you guys make me want to be friends with Hasan. That's how fucking annoying you are. I'm not even kidding. You guys are so fucking annoying. I hate Hasan too. He's so fucking annoying. You're all so fucking annoying. But the way you guys talk about these people is just so fucking online. It's annoying as shit.
At a certain point in their lives, as opposed to like a guy who's been a multi-billionaire for the past decade or so, most streamers have a much nicer and much better understanding of what it used to be like when they didn't have fucking money. And
Hasan's never not had money, so it's like I don't want to listen to this fucking guy either. He's disconnected, but he's more annoying than fucking Pokimane.
Therefore, have takes like this. You want rich people to have takes like this. It's very fucking annoying that people yell at rich people that have takes like this.
Well, he's just projecting himself on there because he doesn't like when people criticize him. Again, he's never explained what the problem with billionaires are. Like I have, because I'm better. No, but he's not wrong though. Like, yeah, it would be good. It's good that rich people complain about like uber rich people.
You have to clarify. Rich. They're gonna clip that and it's gonna make you look bad.
Oh,
you gotta say the billionaires.
The billionaires.
Because you are rich.
The Bezos.
You can't be.
I mean, he was right, and they did clip it.
They were gonna clip it regardless.
Regardless.
Again, like this is the problem is that she doesn't explain things correctly. Because she doesn't know. She's not aware of like what it is about billionaires that makes them specifically bad for society.
Oh, this is literally
it's that they don't pay their taxes correctly.
Really, her being less dumb than everyone else in the room, explaining the difference between millionaires and the ultra rich who control the country even out of office is so stupid. No, you don't understand, brother. You don't understand. It's actually Pokimane that is responsible for the disparity of wealth in this country.
This is where the idea of luxury beliefs become.
This is one of those videos that like it pretends that it's objective, but it like is very subjective in the way that it phrases his stuff. Sneeko said a thing. Sneeko, the guy that thinks that there are 12-year-olds that can get raped because they look old enough, I guess, or seem mature enough, says a thing about Pokimane and criticizes her. Here's my entire video about how Pokimane's bad. So by that logic, and by that extension, any criticism of her is good. Hey guys, here's Hasan, a person that people have called out before. You know what I mean? Like, that's the framing of the video. It's like, oh, okay, great. You know, what the fuck? You guys are fucking brain cooked.
Important. These are progressive sounding positions that cost the speaker nothing. They signal virtue, they generate approval, they resonate emotionally with a young audience, but
yeah, and maybe they're right. I mean, so the red pill resonates with a young audience too that's like disenfranchised by a broken fucking system of not being able to find a fucking job or pushing them into a direction of finding a good job, like a trade job. So like, okay, great. You guys pretend this is like a fucking, you guys pretend that every single left-wing opinion is like just a virtue signal. But when you give like right-wing opinions about how women are like fucking disgusting whores, you just don't make content about it. Like, do you make content about it? What do? You just complain about fucking Pokimane? Well, that's not the same thing. It's a different influencer sphere. Yeah, it's like all the same dumb bullshit. It's a different influencer sphere. Oh, okay. I don't know. Whatever. It's fucking stupid as fuck.
But they never require sacrifice. There is no redistribution.
What do you want her to do? What is the sacrifice that you require of her? Children?
No loss of comfort, no structural change. The politics live at the level of aesthetics, not material consequences. That disconnect creates something worse than simple hypocrisy. It creates parasocial betrayal. Streamers grow their audiences by selling authenticity. They sell the feeling of closeness, relatability, and shared values. Viewers are encouraged to feel like they are supporting a friend. When the mask slips, those viewers realize the relationship was always transactional. Their money funded a lifestyle they are now mocked for.
Dude, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? What is it? What is this? One of the things that's so funny about this is like Pokimane goes on stream and she just fucking flexes her wealth in different ways. And then you guys are like, oh, it's all an act. It's like, she's showing you she spends like shit. And didn't she reduce her donate? Like, I'm pretty sure she made it so you can't donate more than $5. Why is that on in there? Like, where's that at? Didn't she set that? No, you cannot directly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like you cannot directly donate more than $5 at a time to Pokimane. So like she like, you know, she's reduced the amount of money you can really donate to her. She shows that she makes a lot of money. Like, she's not really inauthentic. She's not hiding it from you. She doesn't like live in a fucking rat house and then like, you know, somebody caught her shopping for Louis Vuitton. She just goes and shops for Louis Vuitton. And you guys are like, look at the hypocrisy here. She's like not pretending to be poor. I don't really understand. Who the fuck gives a fuck about any of this bullshit? Like, this just doesn't matter.
Being unable to afford. This hits especially hard for her audience. Gen Z and young millennials are dealing with record housing costs, crushing student debt, and stagnant wages. Many of them supported her financially when they had far less.
Although they shouldn't have, because they're stupid.
For that same group to be brushed off as broke boys by someone they helped.
Oh my god, this broke boy comment that directed at one person has like become the fucking. That's it. That's their strongest argument. Well, she called one guy a broke boy. Jokingly, because she was frustrated with him complaining. Yeah, basically, should take her life. Like, that's what I'm hearing from you. That's the energy you're giving me. Is like she's the worst person in the fucking world. This is crazy.
Elevate is a specific kind of insult. In the end, it mirrors the classic champagne socialist archetype.
Sure.
Progressive rhetoric paired with elite living, sympathy without solidarity, and a growing distance from the very people the message claims to stand for. Before wrapping this up, it's worth being very clear that this is not a moral judgment about wealth itself. No one is saying Pokimane is evil for being rich, or that she should apologize for succeeding. She built a massive career, played the game well, and made a lot of money doing it. That part is undeniable, and it's not the issue. The issue is the disconnect. The repeated gap between what she says publicly.
It's hard to take this video seriously when it refuses to acknowledge that she's made steps to like reduce the amount of money people can give her. Like, I feel like that's contextually accurate. That should be part of the video now.
And how she lives privately, a gap that hasn't appeared once or twice, but consistently over the past
50,000 times.
5 years. When something happens that contradicts the image, it gets brushed off, reframed, or forgotten, only for the cycle to start again. Zooming out, this isn't really just about her anymore. She's simply the most visible example of a much larger problem baked into influencer culture itself. The influencer economy rewards relatability above all else. The closer a creator feels to their audience, the more powerful their brand becomes. The problem is that success in that system almost guarantees eventual distance.
Apparently we can't criticize the rich anymore. If you're rich, you can't criticize the ultra rich. This is stupid, dude. This is dumb.
You can't remain financially elite while staying socially grounded in the same way. At some point, the lifestyle changes faster than the persona does. Influencers are encouraged to keep selling authenticity long after it stops being true. The audience still gets the language of struggle, fairness, and shared frustration, while the reality behind the camera looks nothing like that experience anymore. Over time, that mismatch turns into resentment, confusion, and eventually backlash. That's why each new controversy hits harder than the last. People are not reacting to isolated comments, they're reacting to a pattern they've watched repeat itself for years. Each new
So true, King. So true. I forgot to put that there.
New anti-wealth rant lands a little flatter because viewers already know what comes next. Nothing changes, the lifestyle continues, the messaging resets. At this point, Pokimane occupies a strange and uncomfortable role. She is the rich person criticizing the rich, the capitalist benefiting from this.
Guess you can't do that.
System while condemning it. The relatable streamer whose life has become completely out of reach for the people who built her platform. Until that cycle breaks in a meaningful way, every new statement about inequality, capitalism, or wealth will feel less like reflection and more like branding. And
I mean, you don't care about the statements. If you did, you would educate yourself on them. Or you do know about them and you're intentionally not educating your audience because you're a fucking coward that just wants to make like shit slop. Which I make shit slop too, but I mean, this is fucking crazy.
For an audience that once believed in the authenticity of it all, that hollowness is impossible to ignore.
Wow. So true, King. Great video.